Morning, guys. Time to get back at it. Going into level 8. And we keep on trucking, making our factory fantastic. Yesterday we were still filling in our half blue squares, and we'll continue once these fill up. Let's look a little ahead to see what we need next. We're going to need purple and cyan shurikens, and yeah, so pretty sure purple's next. So we're going to bring in blue while we wait for there we are, color mix. While we wait for the color mixture to come in. Alright. Cool. Now we just bring this up here. Now, I will start with my original way to do these, which was not efficient. Just because I think it's fun to see progress and how people change over time. So naively, and it's not naive, it makes sense. All you're trying to do is put colors into their own place. And so how do you do that? You gotta get left side one color, right side another color. So we got this over here, we got blue over here, and out comes purple. Get it over here, because we are going to eventually feed our paint setup with purple. So you got purple coming out, and all we need to do is a nice chain going here, and now we're going to start making purple circles, very slowly. Purple coming in, our first purple circle will eventually make it in. And we want to fill up this whole line. So we already know, if we look ahead, we don't need red circles anymore. So we're actually going to completely replace the red circles and eventually going to cut off this line of red coming in. So we need enough paint to fill this whole series of painters. And we're going to need to bring in to each of these the correct amount of paint. So if we go in, work. We're going to split this into two. And this is very similar to how I first did this run. We'll want to keep consistent. We're going to keep red along this line, coming in the right side. Now we need to filter in the blue from the right side, which is from the left side over here, to come into each one of these to be effective. How are we going to do that? we're gonna need a lot of tunnels. A lot of tunnels are the answer to everything. I think we're gonna have to distribute ahead of time. Let's check something out. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that should theoretically get to all of them. We're gonna say simple distributors. This is not fancy. This is, in the chemical engineering world, this is very wasteful. You want something more like this. This uses only 7 distributors to achieve the same effect as 9 over here. Wait, 4? I can do math, right? 5, 10 over here. So very wasteful. But none of these cost anything, so it's not that wasteful. So, we're gonna cut this guy off and bring this guy in over here. Let's see if we're gonna cut these 2 off. Bring this guy in over here. And we're gonna want some outlets. So let's make some outlets now. So we have learned things already. I am going to bring them in like this, because it is simpler. Simpler than the distributor method. And we bring in a line. This is going to come in here. I don't need these distributors. I'm just used to doing them. You can actually delete all these. Alright. So we know we can have a max of 4. So let's do that. Oops. No. Ah. So the tunnel max right now is 4. You will get an upgrade in the future that passes that. Tunnel tier 2 allows for a lot of more complex machines, and you can stack the tunnels on top of each other in the future, which can make some cool machines. I don't think it's necessary. It's cool. Ah, we're running into a problem already. So this design won't work. Why is that? Because we're going to want to tunnel over here, but these tunnels are in the way. So these are going to have to go. We're going to have to tunnel here. Let's do that. And then we're going to need some tunnels over here. Lots and lots of tunnels. Another tunnel here. This is eventually these will all stay together, actually. So these this one's gonna come in here. One thing I'm not a fan of, and I don't know, it has to be because of how this is coded. You saw how, as I dragged that across, it connected on this line over here. I'm not a fan of that, but I can't really fix it. And it's how it's coded directly. Oh, yes. We're gonna need another tunnel up here. Not to say that it's coded incorrectly, it's just, I have to think differently because of it. Different than what I anticipated. And look at that, we got the blue coming all the way down, we got the red coming through here, we just need to add red over here, here, and here. Now we get to see all the red coming in. Now we see that we only got one red feeding in. We got a purple coming in, but it's fighting. Oh, this is interesting. So I haven't actually looked at this before. What I assumed, and this kind of makes sense, it is doing what I assumed, but I've never seen two different colors coming in at the same time. And the distributor takes the inputs coming in, and it alternates the outputs. So if it's getting one input of purple, it's going to send the first purple to the left and the second purple to the right. First purple to the left, second purple to the right. But this time, it's getting two inputs at the same time. And so at some point during the input stage, it first saw that the red was first and the purple was second, assuming that it goes to the left first and the right second. So it saw red first, it sent it to the left, and it then sees purple second because it was simultaneously at the same time as red. It just had to be given a number, so let's give it second. And so that goes to the right. And since they're full up, both sides have a full system coming in, they will always alternate such that all the red is going to go left, all the purple is going to go right. Kind of cool to see how that's set up and coded. But we know that we need purple. We don't need any more red, so we say goodbye. And we want more red. We want more purple. So we need to fill up this whole thing. We're actually going to do this. We're going to cut this off. So our stream of red is going to go by that. And we're going to have to say goodbye to this lonely painter over here. We'll let him be. We'll let this lonely painter be. That was the original design for posterity. We'll call him Paul. So what you can do is name things. So Paul sticks around. Paul gets to say he will fill this up with red circles for eternity. Well, maybe not eternity. I might need more space. But right now, Paul gets to say. We should be filling this up. So I can actually delete all this. I know the developer said don't delete factors, but we know. We're done with that. And we shouldn't be getting enough colors coming in to fill up this purple line. Fill this up, and all we'll get is purple coming in. So great. Now we have our mixing facility. And you can see this is kind of a mess. It's very effective. But you can make these smaller. And I kind of dismissed making things smaller when I first was playing, because you got an infinite space to work with. But it gets really annoying once you get a lot of these and you copy and paste them together, trying to mix them together to make a very large factory. You want these to be small, just for ease of later in the game. It'll be hard just to have your conveyors to connect all the pieces together, all the units. So this is going to be called a mixing unit of 8 mixers. you're gonna link lots of these units together. So it's nice to have them small so you can just have smaller conveyors and it's easier to connect them all together. Cool. So Paul's going. We're getting our circles. We haven't updated our spreadsheet because we want to. I did a little bit of updates off stream. We missed the correct amount for the tier 1 circles. I missed that for the upgrade, and we missed the red circles. We only needed 300, so I went back and upgraded that. So we're gonna need 600 of these purple circles. And again, this is thinking farther into the future when we're going to optimize the whole setup to try to see the best path, an optimal time-wise path to creating all this. Right now, we don't care about time. We don't care about time. Reward. What do we get? Compact merger. Compact merger. My first playthrough, I thought, why do you need this? This doesn't... I didn't see any benefit to it. I was like, this is odd, why would you ever want this? But it helps a ton to have this compact merger. I went through probably the first 18 levels without using the compact merger. Just ignored it. Because technically you don't need it. But it does help create some nifty designs. What did we get? We got the color mixer. Alright. And if we look at our upgrades, what kind of upgrades we got? Good. Yes. We can actually upgrade these things. So let's go and make sure that we have these. So I had a distributor. We're still looking distribution. So I'm calling this distribution. Extraction. We got all these. Morphing. We got these. I'm gonna upgrade. And now we get this, I call it the mushroom. And a little psychedelic coming in. 3,500 of these, and we still need the half squares. We got 1,500. That's why we keep going with the factories, but not all factories are necessary. That's why we destroyed the red and colors. So we needed. I haven't upgraded this at all. Blue squares. Blue half squares. Blue half squares. 600. Now this is a moment of truth. This is following, in the original game, there was a step change from 1 to 3. And all the other ones were going 1 to 2. But the mixing colors had a bigger jump because it was lagging behind in performance. And the restriction for this game is often, as far as optimization, is often the coloring part, because this is the slowest, tied with stacking, but we don't have a lot of stacking right now. So in stacking, you're going to upgrade more. I'm going to go look at here, color, and then red, pigment. We need 3,800 of these to upgrade. 1,500 of these to upgrade. Cool. Yeah, now we can just sit back and watch this fill up. We're not going to do that. Oh, see, we now have a full line of blue and we have a full line of purple because we upgraded our mixing. So there's all these 8 are finally able to make a full line. So that's good. Because of those upgrades. Next, we're going to want cyan shurikens. Right? So let's go over to our shurikens. How do we make cyan? I didn't even... Primary school, red and blue makes purple. That's the color mixers. So now we need blue and green to make cyan. There's a green, there's a blue, and here's some shurikens. I think that's good. I guess I could put them over here. But there's plenty of shurikens over here to make green and blue shurikens. Now we're gonna need a similar setup as this. We can see that 8 is sufficient to get the full line, so we're gonna make a full line of shurikens. We got our level 9. Fantastic. Shuriken is the next one. Let's start making those, and then we'll update our spreadsheet. And we're gonna make it in the same fashion as the half blue squares. We're gonna get 8 of these. We got 6, 7, 8. Moving this in front. Ooh, the sun's out. You see that? It was raining earlier today, and now the sun is nice and bright. It's gonna go behind a cloud pretty soon. I think. Maybe not. That sun is bright. Oh, why did I do that? Why did I do that? That's the inputs. And we're going to want the colors to come in here. And we're going to want ooh, whoops. I held control on that one, so it made all of them the same direction. I don't want to hold control there. That's an embarrassing mistake on my side. You just hold shift and it'll alternate them wherever it's possible. So that's cool. And we can set up our system. Let's get 6, just for posterity. For inefficiencies later when the levels are separate. Alright. So we're gonna fill this with shurikens. Now we need cyan. I was gonna take this blue. What? Blue and green. It's closer to each other over here. Let's bring these together. What we need is now we're going to make a more compact mixing. And I'm not saying that I have the most compact design, because I don't. I probably don't. This is the design that I have started using for mixing. And this is where we're going to see the use of those these guys. The compact merger. You see there's different types, different variants. Technically our first variant was this, was a counterclockwise version of the rotator. And you can see the one rotates counterclockwise, the other rotates clockwise, but we haven't used that yet. So all the variants are going to show up on the side over here, and you can just use T to cycle between them. Eventually, we're going to use these merger variants. But right now, we need this one. And we're going to need a stack of them, like so. bring in. Going to cut these all off. And we're going to fill this with... I screwed up. Oh, poop. That's right. I need 2 spaces. Now what? I think I have to reset all of these. That's embarrassing. Yep. I'm gonna delete all these. It's a tendency to forget the tunnels, but they need one more space than I always think. So we need spacing like this. So we need 2 spots. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we got all. Now here's where that different merger comes in. All it does is it has 2 inputs and 1 output. So what you can do is just make a whole line of these, and you have the input coming in from the mixer, and then the input coming in from the mixers upstream. And eventually you're going to get a full line of just mixers. Mergers. Now you bring that full line into your paint setup, and we're going to make cyan shurikens. And that will start filling up for that cyan shurikens. Perfect. Now we have an upgrade. Tier 3 belts. This is going to make it such that we can't fill up a full belt with our current setup. So we'll upgrade, right? We have all these noted down. Nice. Now we get to see shapes stacked on top of each other. That's the first time we're seeing. We're seeing these stacked next to each other. This is the first time we're seeing shapes stacked on top of each other. And tier 5 is going to be 4 times speed. Our distribution upgrades is going to require, what do we want to call this? Looks like a sun. Starburst. Starburst? What do we call this starburst? 6,000. Those, 500 of these, 3,000 of these, and 440 of these. You can see that, yes, you need old parts of the factory to continue to bring in your initial pieces. But you don't need to buy. We might be getting close to the total amount of circles that we need for the whole game. But we'll continue sending in circles because we will need these. We want to make sure that we don't run out because you don't want to rebuild the circle factory. It's easy, but you don't want to wait for it. So we'll let this continue to build. And these will build throughout. So, yeah. But we can see with that upgrade, we no longer fill in a full belt. We have to upgrade everything else to make sure that we can fill it all. So, anyways, let's see. Next is going to be this one. But I know that painting is... This pinwheel is going to restrict our speed for a while. I'm going to go for the pinwheel first. This is not optimal for a speedrun setup, but I do want to find the pinwheel and start making... Oh, look at that! We got a half pinwheel right here. We're gonna... This is important to actually mark these. Pole was fun to mark. Half pinwheel, we're gonna need this guy. So we're gonna make a full pinwheel. Wait, pinwheel? We don't have the stacker yet. We can't. We don't have the stacker for the mushroom either. So all we can do right now is create the paint setup. So let's do that. We'll create a paint setup over here. Let's set it up vertically this way. And it's going to come in this way. I think that'd be reasonable. We can go in this way and come up this way. Let's do that. So we're going to do sideways. Beginning of the game, you do, once you know what you're doing, at the beginning of the game you kind of create the same system over and over again, which can be a little annoying once you've kind of figured it out. But I really enjoyed this beginning part where I was on my first playthrough trying to figure out best designs, come up with new ideas, seeing how I was being restricted in flows and wanting a better setup to reach these numbers faster. And I thought that part of the game was really fun. So again, if you want to play this for the first time, I actually recommend you guys to look on your own, create your own setups, and have fun doing it. You can look at this to get inspiration, but I challenge you to come up with your own setups and your own fun. We're going to go this way. do it again? Level. Ah! I think we needed 1,000 or 900. I'll have to go back and fix that. Mushrooms to get cleaning extracted. So the next thing to upgrade is the mushroom, but we're gonna stick with what we're doing over here. We're gonna get the pinwheel. So we are going to want pinwheel. We're going to need a cutting station. And this is where I'm going to want to use the trash cans. I was holding control and they were all pointing, conveyor belts were all pointing down. So you can see on the left you're getting half a pinwheel, on the right you're getting a square. We don't need a square, so trash it. Goodbye. Now you got half a pinwheel. And now you need to merge these together. So we're gonna get a stacker. You're going to need more space than that. We're going to stacker here. What we're going to do is have this line rotated. And this line like that. Because if you just do it on top of each other, like that, you get two pinwheels on top of each other. This is messed up. This is what we're going for. This shape right here. We can delete this because we don't need that. And we don't want this. So we're going to need every other one of these to be rotated. No. We get the stacked system together. And good. Should be making pinwheels. Should be making pinwheels. There we go. So we want to bring these all together. There we go. There we go. One thing I would like for the developer to make is allow you to draw out your conveyors on this over screen, because you get some very long lines eventually. This is a pretty long line, but we get even longer. We'll come in from way over here. But for now, this is okay. We're going to start making pinwheels and upgrade our PC soon. We're actually not making a full line of these. What we would need is another, like, 4. We really want to copy this and put it over here. we'll get the copy and paste once we get to level 12. So we're gonna just let this be because we don't need. We're in dire need of this. It will get us our upgrade number in due time. So we can be patient. And we just enjoy that we have red pins. Let's make some mushrooms now. Mushroom. Okay. And this is where I start thinking, oh, I really wish I had a copy-paste mechanism. Because what do we get to do again? We get to make more painters. Oh, wow. It's starting to snow. It is October 16th, and there is a little snow here in Minnesota. First snow of the season. Beautiful. Alright. Oh, look at this! We have our shape that we want. Unfortunately, we do not have the ability to color two different shapes. Two different parts of the same shape. Until later in the game. We will get that opportunity, but right now, this really doesn't do anything for us. What we want is a square and a circle. And right now we are saying 8 is our optimal. It's not really, but 8 is our optimal for a paint setup. So we're gonna get, but we gotta cut these in half. So we're actually gonna do 4 of the circle paints and 4 of those, Trukin paints. We got Trukin up here, so we got plenty. We need cyan. So we're gonna need another setup of this. And we need green, so we're gonna need. This is, you can see it's halting, so this is over capacity. But we'll still make 8 over here. We're gonna make another line of this and painting setup for 4 of the Shuriken, and then we're gonna cut them. So let's do that. From our mistake from over here, we need 3 in between each of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we need mergers, color mixers. Bring the green from over here so we don't cover up, don't have to make a tunnel for these Shurikens. I don't know if it's clear. I would assume, well, maybe. I don't like the word assume. So I try not to do that. Use assume, because it feels bad when someone assumes something and then others don't see it. Like essentially saying that those other people are dumb for not seeing something that should be so obvious. But this is this world is different each time you create a new one. It's programmatically created, essentially near infinite space, and each of these are not set in stone. It gets randomized each time you start a new game. So each playthrough is going to be a little different. And whereas on the fly, you can't rely on pieces always being available in the same space every new game that you make. Which I think is good. So we get our heal. And I say that just to show that I'm covering up these perhaps valuable shuriken, but no, it's fine. Oh. But I didn't want to cover up these. Let's change that. I only really needed 4 of these, didn't I? Because I'm only going to make 4 painters. Silly. We're gonna do this all in one line. Oh, I have an upgrade. Nice. We'll get to that upgrade after bringing in the shuriken. Upgrade. Extraction. Nice. Distribution. Extraction. Tier 3. Upgrade. Ooh. You got pinwheels on top of circles. You're gonna make white. This is the first time we're seeing white, which is going to be mixed in 3 different colors. Squares, 5,000 persons, 8,000 shuriken, and what do I call this? It's a pinwheel, but like on top of a circle. That's gotta be something. A hurricane. We're gonna call this a cyclone. Because we'll have hurricanes, right? At least, I think so. They did change some of the late level shapes. We can call this a cyclone right now. And it used to be that tier 5 was this stacked on top of each other. And that could be a hurricane. Double the force. But he might have changed the shape of this. So we'll find out once we get there. Again, I'm going here to the speed 4. Cool. Now we need to cut these. And we're gonna... I don't know how to stack these vertically. I think think we don't. I think we should still do one of these. I think we only need 4 because we're going to get the double output. I want to keep these in this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vertical space. Let's see if I can do that. And I don't need that much space because these can all be right next to each other. Half and half. What do we need? We need them all on the bottom. So what we're going to want is we want to rotate this one clockwise and the other one counterclockwise. Right? Oh! I had them pointing the wrong way. Facing downwards, then we can stack these together with our nifty merger, compact merger. So now we have the bottom half of our mushroom. Nice. Now we just need this sub created for our circles. Look at that, we have green right next to our circles. So we will do that. Probably should give myself a little space to work with over here. And have a little overlap. But that's okay. It was just snowing and now it's sunny? Sunny, because that's the word. So, and then we get one of these. Good. Now we're making our circles. Now we need to cut them in half, just like we did with other stuff. So we need this rotated up this rotates counterclockwise. That's what we need. The other side rotates clockwise. And now all of these should be facing up. Right? Cool. They're all facing up. Which is what we want. And merge all these together. We have our line of half circles. Our line of shuriken. Now we need to just merge them and then bring them in over here. So let's merge these guys with the stacker. And what we're going to want, we'll make 8 of these. This is just like the mixer. The color mixer. And we're going to need 2 spaces in between. Same setup. You get 2 inputs and an output. And if we're going to create the same setup as we did for the mixer, we're going to need 2 spaces in between. Go like this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like this. Cool. Cool. And we'll get a merger. Bring in our half circles. So, in the future, we're gonna have to pay attention to which side this goes in the merger. I think the left, so the left side, this side gets stacked on top of the right side. And so you're gonna need to pay attention to that in the future when you want to stack on layers. These are being stacked next to each other, so they fall onto the same layer. So it doesn't matter for something like this. You just want one side going in there, one side going in there. And these should come together and make the shuriken that we want. Uh-oh. Running out of space. I'm gonna move this over here. And here we can do a nice little setup here. Get all that red line in for now. Really looks like we're only going to have 3 over here for now. Eventually, we're going to run out of a need for these half squares. So we'll delete this line and we can move everything up. We might be getting close to that already, just with how many of these that we already have. Now that line is emptied. And we can just move this for another day. Cool. Look at that, our mushroom's coming in. Just need 1,000 of them to get to the next level. We'll get the chaining extractor. which is a nice little upgrade. And yeah, so I think that's enough for today. Let's look ahead on what we need next. Next, we're gonna make our cyclones, and we've already got our pinwheels going, so we'll get an upgrade for our mixing soon. By the time that we get to the next level for the mushrooms, we should have enough pinwheels for the mixing. Actually, much less pinwheels coming in than the mushrooms. Let's go see what's holding this up. Red isn't. So it is our station over here. We're gonna need more of these. We'll do this as our first copy paste setup in the future. So we'll do the copy paste for this in the future, and just let this run. Yeah. We don't know what next upgrades we're gonna need, but I do know that we're getting close to copy paste. I think it's level 12? Maybe it's 13. Might be 12. Then we get copy paste. And for the this is good to note. Another half pinwheel. So the half pinwheels are extremely valuable. So I always mark them anytime I see them, because you're gonna need them for later. And another one over here. You might have increased the number of half pinwheels. That's actually very encouraging, because it was a little annoying to go run around trying to find these. To have these so close, maybe the new program is making it such that these are more readily available. There's another one down here. Huh. So that's good. What we are going to need is this shape. Teardrop. And specifically in this orientation, I know it's easy to just rotate each of these, but I like finding the pure form that doesn't need to be rotated. And this is going to need to be blue. So right here, got the blue right here. This is what we'll work on next, is making blue teardrops. And we're going to throw on circles, white circles on top of it. What we need is white circles. So this looks, we got circles up here, and we have red, blue, and white here. Circles are here, so we can make a stacking area here, bring in teardrops, our line of we're gonna want a lot of these. So I'm actually gonna make 2 lines eventually of teardrops, because it's gonna be our currency. You'll see this. So we're gonna white paint, and we're gonna bring these teardrops into the white paint and circle. To the next step. For now, our factory looks good. I'm satisfied. So right at 690, nice. I'll bid you guys adieu and see you next time.